Welcome to Orgasmic Conscious Cooking. Sorry about the delay, people. You know, I'm working, man. I'm the hardest working. I'm like James Brown. I'm the hardest working man in Canvas tonight. Uh, had a long day at work. I want to start off tonight with dedicating this program tonight, Orgasmic Conscious Cooking, to a young man. Uh, I can't say his full name, protect the innocent, but he know he is DS. Man, this show's for you, my brother. Uh, but on a lighter note, I'm going. Well, let me before I go there. So this young man is struggling with some real life situations, and all I want to do is ask him to be committed to himself and not to get caught up in other people's points of view. So many times we live life that we get stuck because other people's points of view and their choices. That their choices were their choices, and we have other possibilities. And with that, I'm gonna move on to cooking. Tonight, I'm gonna do something different that I've never done before. I'm invite you guys to Asian cuisine. I've done Asian cuisine before, but not so extensively. Tonight, it's gonna be John's. Can't remember John's egg foo young. We have shrimp, chicken, mushrooms in there. Tori, I'm gonna try to push them to the side. I forgot about that, but I want you guys to see what this looks like with a lot of different vegetables in it. And then I'm gonna make a special gravy. One of the things I like about, well, China is a huge country, okay? And I almost said continent. Yeah, it is. Is it a continent? Yes. Asia. I'm tired, y'all. And there's a lot of different styles of cooking in China. I usually like, though, as my daughter schooled me, is not China, more the Thai cuisine. So I'm gonna mix the egg foo young with a different sauce. It's gonna be a little bit on the sweeter, sour side. But egg foo young is one of my favorite things. I have to grab one ingredient because I forgot. I know I'm gonna be out of the shop for a second. Hold on. I forgot about this. I forgot about this. Forgot about something very special, y'all. Sorry about that. One of the main ingredients for me for egg foo young is bean sprouts. Okay. This is what gives it this dish its crunchy. Like it has a lot of different consistencies in it that I enjoy. The crunchiness of the vegetable, and the vegetables aren't always quite cooked down. You're gonna fry them. So I'm gonna turn this on right now. You're gonna fry them, and they're gonna fry really quick at a high temperature, because if you cook it very slow, guess what happens? It gets very soggy and greasy. You don't want to go for that. So I'm gonna turn this on right now. Start this. I hope it's not too loud. Hope you guys can hear me. I'll talk a little bit. I want to get this oil in here so this gets hot. I'll probably go ahead and start the gravy. Well, actually, I could put this together. Uh, but yeah, I've never been to Asia yet. It's a plan. Real soon, hopefully. So check it out. Uh, set this over here. So this oil is going to heat up to the temperature of 370. I have this new wave because I can actually control the heat. I really want to control my heat so I don't burn it, or I don't want this to get really smoky. So I'm gonna do it. Sometimes this says 350, but what I've learned in cooking, sometimes you have to pay attention to your equipment. Just because it says 350, it's not always the temperature that you desire. That's why you have one of these, a thermometer. You can check your heat, check the temperature of your meat. I keep this around all the time. I'm gonna keep this like this tonight. I can check my temperature later. I don't break it, um, and we'll go with that. Anybody out there like Asian food? We're about to go ahead and get started. I'm gonna show you my tricks. Okay, so what this recipe calls for, yeah, New Wave is awesome. It cooks with not microwave, but with ultra light. What is that light called? It's the red light. Can't think of it. I'm really tired, guys. I guess tonight it'll come to me. But it's not a microwave, and this is in a surface induction. Induction. So when you raise it, it stops, and it never gets too warm. You can put your hand down on it. You have to be careful. It can get warm, but it usually doesn't burn you. Okay. So I'm gonna stop that so I don't mess that up. So I'm gonna break up 5 eggs, and what I usually use, cage-free organic eggs. You can see that. I'm trying to be a little bit more healthier. And what you want to do is definitely not get the eggshells, and you don't want the extra crunch from the shell. You don't want the calcium from the shell in the mixture. You want the crunchiness from the vegetable. Okay. 3. I broke this egg before I put it in there. I hope this is okay. Yes. And I did the ultimate no-no. The shell went in the dish. It's going to be one of those nights, people. It's going to be one of those nights, okay? So I got this out of the way. Set this to the side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to scramble this. Now, a lot of people will notice what I'm only going to put. I'm going to put a little salt. I'm going to put a little garlic in this egg because I like my eggs to have a little flavor. I'm going to hold out on the pepper because, well, you know something? We're going to do something a little bit. We're going to kick it up a couple of notches. So we put a little salt in there. That was about a teaspoon of salt that I put in there. And I put a little bit, about 2 teaspoons of garlic, granulated garlic. One more thing that I'm going to grab for you guys to kick it up a couple of notches. Chili flakes. Never go home without them. Chili flakes, add a little pep into it. My wife's gotten used to being around. What else is possible? Yes. What else is possible tonight? One of those nights. You know, I have a great support out here. I want to give a shout out to my boy Derek. He's working with me in all of my abilities not to be a tech savvy type of cat. I appreciate him. That's why we have this delay. We were working on this mic. The mics weren't working. Well, the mic was working, but I couldn't hear from my earbuds. We'll get that taken care of. I promise you guys. Okay, so I scrambled these eggs, and this is what it looks like. Everybody knows how to scramble eggs, right? It's really simple. I don't put any binders or anything in my eggs. I'm not doing that. I really want to try to keep this authentic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop my shrimp in there. What I have is, so this is what I did. It's 6 shrimp, and I cut them in half. So you know how you're in the fridge and you have a bunch of different dishes? What I do with a lot of my fried rice and when I do my egg foo young, I take meats that at the end of the week, they're not bad because I'm not going to poison myself, wouldn't want to poison you. So what I've done is this is jerk chicken and this is lemon chicken that my wife cooks. So I chopped it up as a half a cup of that. It's going to go in there, okay? All that goes in there. I have some basil, and I guess, how am I going to do this? I guess I'll do my wife's first because I'll put the mushrooms in at the very end. Oh, no, I know what I do. I'll drop the mushrooms on top so that my wife doesn't have to deal with mushrooms. She doesn't like mushrooms. And what I have is green onions. I'm going to take part of the green onions. I'm going to drop it in here because the other one is for, what do you call it? You actually garnish it at the very end, okay? So what you're going to do is here, you guys can see this. I'm going to show you this mixture. I'm going to drop about 2 cups of my favorite mung beans, okay? Over here. So what's going to happen is that now you have this mixture. It looks all sexy and stuff in here. So it's 2 cups of mung beans that you have in here with all the other beautiful ingredients. So where most of the flavor is going to come from this dish is the sauce that I'm going to make next, because that's where a lot of the, well, it has a little garlic, it has some onion in it, but nothing. And then the jerk chicken and the lemon chicken has a flavor that's going to add, it's going to be unique. Now, you're not going to find this at the Asian store. This is what I call it, this John's egg foo young. Let me make sure this is getting warm. Let's see what our temperature is here. So what you want to be careful, you don't want to stick this right back in your pocket and burn yourself. I've done that. That's not the brightest thing to do. So don't do that, please. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spoon the ingredients in here. They're going to fry. I'm going to put it in the pan, put it in the oven, then I'll make the sauce, put the sauce on top, and I'll garnish it with some cilantro on part of it, because guess what? My wife doesn't like cilantro and onions. Still heating up. We're going to let that work. So I'm going to talk to you about something while this is heating up a little bit. My wife and I have stopped eating gluten. So most people say, damn, you can't have any gravy. Not true. Alicia, what's up? Alicia from Australia. So I'm making John's egg foo young. So I'm going to show you what this looks like because you just jumped on here. So this is the raw version. I hope you can see. Whoa, that wasn't going to be pretty. So that's the raw version of that. I'm going to put it in my handy dandy fryer. I'm going to put it in a pan, in a dish. I'll put this dish in the oven so it can be warm. So the egg, whatever you do, do not serve anybody cold egg foo young. Yuck. Cold eggs are not my favorite at all. I think I'll add just a little bit more of these bean sprouts. Mung bean sprouts. I've done this before. You grow them in a jar in the house. Can you believe that? It's not grown in the ground. It's in the house in a jar with some paper. Put the beans in there. You change the water every day, and guess what? They sprout. And nutritional value. Bam. Conscious cooking I told you about. There's more nutrition in beans and nuts that begin to sprout than when they're just normal beans and nuts. Let's get better than that. Okay. So I think we're almost ready. I think we're almost ready to start. Let's check this oil one more time. So I have this temperature up to 370. Let's see what happens. Yes, it's moving along. It's moving along. It's moving along. Yes. Any questions? What's your favorite? Here's a question for everybody out there. What's your favorite Asian dish? My God. Now this sister on here, Ayasha, thanks for joining us. This is who I named my daughter after. I've known her forever since she was a little girl. Well, she wasn't that little, but anyway, Ayasha, I am cooking John's egg foo young. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Got to have you over here for some dinner. I've been saying that forever. We've been missing. Congratulations on your daughter. I think she is having a baby. Congratulations. I saw that on Facebook. That's what I like about Facebook. You can't keep in contact with people indirectly, but it's been way too long. I have to have her over for a delicious meal. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with this. Let's see what happens with this. Da-da-da. That goes in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly spoon my egg mixture into this hot oil. And I want it to create like a little boat. So for sure, Asha, definitely. So what I'm going to do, keep on serving this up like this. That's 1, 2. I don't have a very big pot, so I'm gonna be very careful with this because I don't want to break these up. And I don't have a camera. I know. So you guys don't have to trust me. I'm gonna show you what they look like after they're prepared. So they're puffing up. I'm gonna turn them over. I'm gonna slowly turn it over. Grab my handy dandy tool here. Shovel it and turn. Hopefully this works out, or I'll have a mess. Wish me luck, guys. I'm going in. Turn this up a little bit. So it's like an omelet. Yes, babe. It's an Asian omelet, really. It really is an omelet when you really think about it. It's an omelet. You ask yourself, what's an omelet? Eggs. You put anything in an omelet. Turn over. The sauces. The secret is in the sauce. Sounds like the movie, huh? We were talking about that earlier. I was talking about that with somebody earlier today. So let me do this. This. Turn it over. Oh my God, it's looking delicious in here. Hope, yes, my sister. Hope has been on the show before. If you're interested in coming to the show and come hang out with me, you never know what I'm gonna create. Thanks, Hope. I hope to have you on here again. Maybe we can do something in Mexico at the Advanced Body 3-Day. I'm doing a show in Mexico. I have a kitchen. I believe I have a kitchen. I'm gonna do a show, especially in Mexico. I'm working with Derek to see if I can do a live. We might have to settle for a recording because I don't know what the definitely probably gonna have to set for recording because my ass probably not gonna be able to get the sound together, huh, Derek? I know he's laughing over there. Okay. So yeah, it's looking marvelous, y'all. So while this is cooking up still, what I'm doing is this is 2 cups of chicken broth. Now, remember in a previous show, I told you I make my own chicken broth because I have a Instapot and I cook we buy chicken at Costco, New Seasons, whatever. Have the carcass left over. Put some water, pop 3 or 4 cups of water in it, take the carcass, sit it in there, let it actually pressure cook for about 20 minutes. The bones kind of cook up, the meat falls off. The best chicken broth you can have. That's what we have today. That's gonna make the sauce. Started making the sauce after I finish the omelets, as my wife called them. But they're actually, guess what? Guess what? You guys know? They're not omelets. They're egg foo young. I wonder if that's what that means, Victoria Bird. Can we say Chef Asher cooking one of our gifts and it's one of my gifts and passions. One of them. My other one, I'm gonna segue this again. This is a dedication show for a client of mine tonight who's having a hard time. Victoria, no, I can't say his name. DS, man, I got your back. I'll see you tomorrow night. You hang in there. Don't give up on me. I'm not gonna give up on you. And I'm gonna ask you, be kind to yourself. It's really difficult. And his family's being kind to us to help supporting this brother out this time. So I'm gonna pull this out of the oven. I like keeping my dishes kind of warm because what I said before is I don't like cold eggs. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give you guys a lot of history. This utensil here, I call it my Rita Benjamin utensil. She gave it to me when I moved to my first apartment. Rita was one of, other than my mom, Pamela Marie Ashford, Rita Benjamin was one of my other inspirations of cooking. So what I'm gonna do, so you guys can see what this looks like, I'm gonna pull this out of here, drain the oil so the oil is not all in the pot, okay? This is what the first patty, I'll grab this, it's kind of warm now, but thank God I have cooker's hands. So that's what the first patty looks like. Pull this one out too. What's your favorite thing to cook, anybody? Anybody? Be kind to you, the universe has your back. Yes, the universe really has our back. We just usually don't trust that the universe has our back, but the universe really, really got our back. Matter of fact, the universe is cheering for us to do better. And I always ask myself, what would it be like for us on the planet to be able to do better? What if we didn't have all this separation and division we have on the planet? You know, this is a question for you. Let me put this in here so this can cook up while I'm talking, because my wife says you got the gift to gab. Make sure you're cooking while you're cooking. Make sure you're cooking while you're talking. So let's do this. Sorry about that. I'm looking down. I'm sorry, you got people. Bear with me. Yeah, we got one more left to cook in there. We have 3 in there cooking up. So I'm going back to what I was saying. What if we really could just get along? I know that's kind of cliche, and I know people heard that on TV, and people tired of all the bullshit, racism, sexism, homophobic shit. I know that, but I'm a dreamer. And I've seen, you know, there's a great guy before by the name of Dr. King who said, I've been to the mountaintop. And he had a dream that people were going to be able to get along. And we're kind of just dropping out on that. We're not being able to do that very well. I almost forgot to drop my mushrooms on here. Let's see what happens with that. Hopefully it's not too late. So, like I said, what would it look like? A little bit more egg topping on this. So I've learned a couple of things, tricks from my mom. You put the egg on the top so when it turns over, it won't fall out because the egg becomes a binder. Did you guys realize that eggs are binders in a lot of cooking? A lot of dishes, eggs are binder. But anyway, I forgot to say this. So isms got to go. Yeah, babe. Isms had to get the hell up out of here. So arrowroot powder. I'm gonna use this in lieu of flour. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start heating this up in a second. When I put the last one on here, I guess I can start that now. If I don't break this drawer over here. Take this off of here. So gluten-free. I need a thickener. Then I'm gonna add some oil, 2 tablespoons of this, brown it, add the chicken broth. I might have to add a little water, add my other seasoning, bam, boom, bang, spoon it over the top. How does it get better than that? Orgasmically delicious in your stomach. I like that. Sexy in your stomach. Sexy John in your stomach. Orgasmic conscious cooking with John. How's it get better than that tonight? Anybody out there having a hard time right now? I'm gonna say something. I don't want people to get me wrong. My people are like, what are you talking about, John? What if I told you some of the stuff that we have going on is not real and we're just extremely, I don't want this. Picking up the wrong equipment. That's what happens when I run my mouth, huh, T? So I'll turn this over real quick for you guys. Don't watch. Voila. Looking good, John. Looking good. You got this, man. You got this. The mushrooms. Oh, I wish you guys could see it. I wish you could see. I wish this was smell-o-vision. 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 Oh, this is cooking up and it's doing this thing. It's making me go, ooh wee. So, what would it be like though, really, if we show grace with each other? You know, I know there's a lot of people say that the homeless people want to be homeless. And I was like, do they really want to be that? Or have people just lost the will? You know? And how many people are out of fear? I was watching something at lunchtime today called Solo. Let me turn this over and I'll explain this a little bit more. Don't break up on me. There. So I was watching this program called Solo. And this one sister, it was talking about the virus and the vaccine, and she ended up staying in her house for 10 years because she lost track of living. And I'm like, I wonder how many people are really losing track of living right now because of the fears and what's happening by us not having contact with each other. You know what I'm saying? What if we spent more time with each other? I'm gonna try to speed this up a little bit, y'all. I know you guys don't want to spend the entire evening with me. I'm going to respect that so I can get to this sauce. Oh my God, guys, look at that. Yum, 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 yum. Pull these other off here. Whoa, don't drop it, John. Don't drop it. So what happens, you lift it for a little bit so that don't take all that oil. They're nice and crispy. Take this other one. Egg bouillon. Wow. I got one more to cook for you guys. One more to cook. I'm gonna start the sauce as soon as this one starts. This last one I start. Put this in here like that. Oh my God, guys. Oh my God. Look at this. Look at this. Yes, Carrie Robinson. Egg bouillon. Can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see that? I'm gonna show you how to make the sauce in a second. In this kitchen, anything is possible. Not only in this kitchen is anything possible, but I have a theory about the way I live. Anything is possible. We could even get together and be cool at one time before we leave this planet. If we really desire so. I have so much faith in the humans that I think that all it takes is just a little bit of think about how can it be different? How can we be different? What can we create? Take my handy dandy mushrooms, sprinkle them over here like that. So where you might get lucky because I think I'm losing a lot of them in the oil. They're not coming home with us. She's like, great, leave the asses at home. Okay. Can you guys see me over here? Can you see me over here? Can you see me over here? Can you see me over here? So I'm gonna switch over here a little bit. Let me get this out of the way. So now this is the mother load. This is what makes this sauce special. Okay. So what I'm going to do, and I'm free pouring like at a bar because I've cooked for so long. My mom showed me how to free pour, not alcohol. My dad showed me that, especially Jack Daniels. So I'm going to pour in here probably about 3 tablespoons of oil. I'm going to pull this aside because I let it get a little hot. What I want to do, I want to take my handy dandy arrowroot powder, gluten-free. Sorry, I'm hoping this works out for us because this sauce is very important for us. Okay, I'm gonna drop this in here like that, and that like that. I think I'm good. That's about 2 tablespoons. What I don't like is blonde gravy, so what I'm gonna do is make a little roux out of this. So I'm hoping that it browns up a little bit. I'll sit this over here. Hopefully that keeps on browning up. I don't know much about arrowroot powder other than it says it's great for thickening. I might have to take a whisk and whisk it, you know, start a whisking party. But let's see what happens. So a lot of times when you make a roux of flour, it starts to darken and brown. I'm hoping that this happens for me this time. If it doesn't start to do that, oh well, Tori, we're gonna have something new and different tonight. So I think it's time to turn over my last patty. It looks delicious, y'all. So if you're interested in coming on the show, go sign up. Being John Asher on YouTube, message me, say, hey, John, can I come on your show? I have a good idea. I want to cook something. I'm like, I love new. And hey, guys, I have a special guest. I'm not going to tell you he's a kid. He's going to be on my show on the first, which is I think is next Tuesday. No, yeah, maybe he is next Tuesday. I have to look and see. He's on there. I have it on my calendar. I have a young person that is very inspirational to me about cooking. He loves cooking, and when I saw him cook, I was like, oh my God. So it's browning a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my chicken broth. I'm going to have to add a little bit more water to this. That's my first one. I'm going to stir this up. It's going to start to get real thick. I'm going to get the lumps out. What you don't want is lumpy gravy. So I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you see that? So there we go. I'm at the rest. Put this over here. I got to grab my whisk. First, I got to take my last patty off of here. Turn this off. Some quiet. Great, 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 great. Now, you guys, you got to see this. Okay, you got to see this. If that's not beautiful, what is? Egg foo young. See how quick that was? You don't have to even go to a restaurant. You just have to show yourself some grace and patience. Okay, let's see. Let's do like this. Is this thickening? Yes. I need one more item. Didn't think I was going to need this, but my father-in-law told me once before, if you really want to know how to do it, make sure you have all your equipment, all the different equipment that you need. So what I'm doing, I'm whisking the lumps out of this. It's not working very well, but let's see what happens. My first time. See, I told you, it smells good, y'all. Yeah, Tori probably can smell it upstairs. She's spending most of her time upstairs. She thinks I might make the kitchen explode. It's not happening. So what I want to do is I want this to actually create a thickening, because I don't want this to be like watery, but hopefully. And gets this. So if it really gets kind of weird, what I'll do is I'll strain it to get the lumps out. Like if you're really worried, if you're really cooking, you need to make sure you have a lot of different tools in your kitchen. But if you're a beginner, I understand. But I've been doing this a lot. Thanks to Pamela Marie Ashford. She didn't force me to cook, but she was so inspirational. So that's doing this thing. It's thickening. But I think I am going to be forced to do something real quick. I'm going to show you guys. So showing you how to remedy something when you don't like what it's doing. Strainer. Skillet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys this. I'm going to pour this through the strainer, because what I want to do is get all the lumps out. Okay. I know this is something that wasn't expected. So this is a cooking show. So I'm showing you when you make a mistake, how you can correct your mistakes. Okay. Because this looks like it would be a hot mess if I didn't do this. So I need my spoon to get this gunk out of here. I found out Arrowroot doesn't like to be browned, I guess. What is that about? Okay. Sorry about that. My back to you, but improvising here. So what I'm gonna do is pour this back in here. Pretty much lump free. Put it back on the heat. Now I'm gonna add the different seasonings that I desire. Check this out, y'all. In this sauce, turmeric. It's gonna give it a little color and a little flavor. Paprika. Paprika. Don't you know Paprika? She lives down the street. Pat her on her back. Just some comedy, y'all. Just some corny ass comedy that I'm doing. I'm gonna get you guys out here as soon as I can. Okay. I just want you guys to see what this looks like. Too bad you won't be in the kitchen when we eat this. Sorry for you. One of my favorite friends, Mr. Garlic. I like a lot of garlic, so I'm gonna drop a little garlic in there like that. And a little sodium. Not much. Really, you know, I'm gonna refrain from that because the chicken broth, I added sodium to that, so I'm not gonna use it. And I have a couple more ingredients in here that has a lot of that. But remember, I told you I want a little. So black pepper doesn't dissolve in your body, but red pepper does. So I know my wife's up there looking, so we're only gonna take a smidgen. She's kind of a weakling when it comes out like that. See? So now, oh, it's looking pretty good, guys. I'm gonna show you this. It's very colorful. Okay. I hope this turns out. Tori's like, oh my God, I have to eat this. Yes, you have to eat it. I demand you to eat this. So I'm gonna do is a little fish sauce. A little oyster sauce. Remember, because those eggs don't have that much flavor in it. Right? I like oyster sauce, so it's gonna give it a little bit more color for me. Okay. A splash of soy sauce. Little sesame seed oil. I guess I got all this clutter here. Sorry, Gino. I know he's like, dude, clean the clutter. So one of my things is I never, ever, you know, I have multiple spoons all around me all the time because I'm about to do something. And I'm going to ask you not to ever eat out of your dish because you actually can set up food poisoning doing that. I know you see it on some of the Food Network, but if you go get your food handling cart, you're not supposed to eat out of touch. And once saliva gets in anything, it's done. Let's see what this tastes like. Oh my God, one more thing. Because I wanted to have a little sweet kick on the back end, there's so many different sugars. In my kitchen, it's like being in a, let's see, I need a clean spoon. Yes. Coconut sugar. One of my favorite dishes, one of my favorite sweeteners to use with Asian cooked cuisine. I'm going to put about a tablespoon of, and let me see if I can let you guys see this. Close this. Okay. It's really dark brown. It's browner than dark brown sugar. I'm put that in there. Give a little bit of flavor. Sit it back on the fire. So what's going to happen is you take this. Where is my? Okay, I guess I use this. Glad I at least stick in the oven. So what you would do is when you plate this, I'm not going to do it because it's kind of hot. I got to prepare something else. I just want you guys to see. This is what the egg foo young looks like. And you'll put it on the plate, and then you actually can do one or two things. You pour the gravy over the top, or you can spoon it on the plate. Okay, secret. If we don't eat all of these, which we won't, because yes, I know you guys out there saying, you look like you'll eat all. No, I won't. Okay, shame on you. I don't want this to get soggy. So what I'm gonna do is I'll keep the sauce on the side and I spoon it when it's served. Then I'll garnish it with cilantro. Now, cilantro, oh, this is the other piece. There is a garnish that I want to put on here that you guys can see. So I put my green onions on there, let you guys see it one more time. I'm gonna really over my time because Gino told me to get out of here in 30 minutes. That's what that looks like. I wish you were here to taste it. Maybe next time. Maybe during this summer, I have a couple of shows where I have people sitting around here and they can eat as I cook. Maybe that's a good idea. If you think it's a good idea, go to my channel, sign up. YouTube, I need some followers, y'all. I really want to get on the Food Network. I'm weird, but I need your support. Turn the sauce down and see how the sauce is thickening. It's actually getting really thick, like a nice gravy, and it's going to be delicious. Vanessa, we're on next week, right? Vanessa's son's going to be on the show. He's going to show you guys how to make scratch macaroni and cheese, one of his favorite dishes. Scratch, y'all. Jeneline, what's up, sister? Maybe one time. Hey, are you going to the advanced body? Maybe you can be on the show because I'm going to do a show in Mexico when I go for the advanced body class. Until next time, you wonderful, beautiful, beautiful people. Uh, I love you guys. Once again, this is a special dedication to my young client that I'm not going to cry because I promise not to cry. I'm going to ask you to hang in there, my brother. I know life is difficult, but what can we choose? And what invitation can we all be to each other to have an easier way of living? Until next time, love you guys. Peace and blessings. Yum, yum time.